Cheek, founder of Vegan Bodybuilding and Fitness. We're here in Venice at the grand opening of EcoZone. So I appreciate you all coming out. For those that don't know me, like I said, I'm Robert Cheek. I founded veganbodybuilding.com and Vegan Bodybuilding and Fitness in 2002. And my life changed back in December 8th, 1995, when my older sister, who was vegan, was organizing this Animal Rights Week. Knew nothing about it. I grew up on a farm, raising animals for food, and being in 4-H and that kind of stuff was part of my lifestyle. That's what I did. My father is a professor of animal agriculture at Oregon State University. That's what we do. Farming is part of our background, our lifestyle, from my mother's side to my father's side. And my sister went against that at a very young age, as maybe 8 or 10 years old or around that time, and became vegan and said, you know what, from a logical and practical and reasonable and sensible standpoint, this doesn't make a lot of sense. These animals we have, all kinds of animals we have on our farm, cows and chickens and ducks and goats, they all have names, they all have families, they have friends, they're our friends. She didn't even realize that they were going to slaughter until programs like 4-H that we were exposed. That's actually where we're auctioning them off. We just knew that we were getting money from it. We didn't know where we were going. When she realized that, she decided to do something about it. So at a young age, in high school, she put on this Animal Rights Week, December 8th, 1995. And that's where I told my friends, just for this week, I'm going to become vegetarian. Well, December 8th, 1995 lasted until now, 13 years later. I became vegetarian that day, vegan a couple months later, and 2 years later, I was in high school organizing the Animal Rights Week, and then I went on to organize lots of vegan events. And it all started because I was thinking differently. I was challenging what was presented to me, and I was saying, why? I think it's the most important word we have is why, and it's not asked often enough. Someone tells us something is the way it is. Our parents, our teachers, our community, our society, our politicians, we believe it. We take it for face value and say that's just the way it is. I said, well, no, it doesn't have to be that way. I'm going to do things my way, on my own terms, because this has some sort of deep meaning to me. I said, what is it that drives you? What moves you? What are you passionate about? What can you embrace fully and make a difference in your community, in your family, in your life, in your society or culture that you live in? What is it that makes you smile more than anything else? That makes you jump out of bed excited to be who you are and do what you do? If you say you love something but you only do it every 6 months, it's probably not something you love. Find what you love to do every day, what brings out the best in you. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did do. Think about that for a second, how that applies to your life. Not just what you eat, but work, opportunities, family. You know, I should have said this. You know, some people in my family had health problems. I should have said something. You know, we don't want to be thinking that years down the road. Whether it's, 20 years from now, like Mark Twain suggested, or 2 years from now. So, I had an opportunity to positively impact somebody or myself. I always contemplated moving to this certain area, or starting this business, or starting this relationship with somebody. And I didn't pursue it because I was afraid to, or because someone in my life that was important to me, that I trusted, said I couldn't do it, said I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't tall enough, I wasn't strong enough, I wasn't this, I wasn't that. And that's very important. And I challenge all of you to find what it is that moves you, what drives you, what brings out the best in you, and to do that, and to go after it. And I'll say that quote one more time because it's so important. I want you to think how this affects your personal life, your work or your job, your family, your health, your wellness. That 20 years from now, you'll actually be more disappointed by the things you didn't do, the opportunities you didn't take, than the ones you did do. Think about that.